Have you heard of a trad wife? It's short for traditional wife, and if you spend much time on social media sites like Instagram and TikTok, there's a decent chance you've been seeing it all over, accompanied by videos like these.
It's really sad that being a traditional wife gets a lot of hate online because, honestly, it's the most fulfilling job that I've ever had in my entire life.
I'm a firm believer that women do not thrive in a structured workplace.
Being a traditional wife is so much more than just cooking and cleaning and wearing house dresses. It is taking your house and making it a home. Aprons are like our house uniforms. We know when we put those aprons on, we mean business. We are going to get to cooking, we are going to get to cleaning, we are going to scrub this house down.
The movement focuses on traditional gender roles for women. It's a rejection of modern-day feminism. And GBH's Callie Crossley has thoughts. She's here to share them now. Hey,
Hi,
Callie.
Craig. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for joining us. All right, so trad wife. Mm-hmm. Is trad wife just a new term for people who choose to stay home and raise children at home and not have a paying job outside the home? Or is there something else going on here?
Well, it feels a little bit like a throwback to those images of the 50s with the women with the aprons and cooking the perfect dinner and having a perfectly clean home with the very great kids. Those were known as traditional wives. It's been shortened to trad, I believe, for a reason. It has a kind of creepy overlay to it. And for many of them, okay? Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's like a fetishization, I can't say that word.
Yeah.
Fetishization
Yes.
of that lifestyle.
Yes, exactly. Now, let's be clear. One of the things that the feminist movement did was allow women to make what choices they want to make for their lifestyle. And so if you want, I have lots of friends who always knew they wanted to have a family and kids and stay home and do that. But it didn't ever have that underpinning of kind of cult-like behavior. Mm-hmm. What's really strange to me now, I'm looking at these young women who are just fiercely rejecting just the other opportunities that were made open for all of us. If you don't want to have that, to take on those roles, if you want to be in the workplace or whatever, they're fiercely rejecting that, saying that's not the way for all young women to go, that this is the way. And that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, my first take in hearing about this is, well, okay, if that's what you want to do, if that's your thing, then by all means, you do you, and that's great. But there does seem to be a tone, or at least a goal of recruitment, of saying, like, you are doing things wrong. If you're not doing it this way, you need to be like us.
And there's a lot of folks on trying to get people, come on over to this side. I want to be clear that there's a little subset of it that is very linked to people for whom this is a religious thing. The Bible tells me be submissive to my husband, and so therefore I'm going to follow these gender roles, and this is what submissive means to me. So there is that. I'm not talking about that. For the most part, these videos and the way that this movement is being described is very secularly based. Mm-hmm. Some people feel it has an underpinning of a little alt-right, leanings toward it as well.
Sure.
It's overwhelmingly white.
Yeah.
I'll just point that out. And, of course, it's for women who have some amount of privilege to be able to discuss this kind of thing, and even have the option to do it.
Right, to not have to work outside the home. For people who have been in this lifestyle, I guess I'm wondering, for those who maybe see these videos and think, well, actually, that a lot of this looks pretty nice. Being at home, being with my family, making delicious food. What are these videos leaving out?
Well, now we're seeing from a lot of women who accepted the trad wife, pushed this trad wife lifestyle, as you say, recruited others to it, who said, wait a minute, I got lost in the process, which is what actually early feminists were saying, and late feminists are saying, you can't lose yourself in the process. And then everything, my husband controlled everything, so I had nothing when the marriage broke up. So we're seeing some of those young women now coming back wanting to tell people this is what it really looks like.
And I think we have some video of those, some of those people right here.
Being a trad wife means returning to traditional goals, traditional times, traditional life, traditional gender roles. The man is the breadwinner. And so your husband has authority over you.
Whether or not I was rich or poor literally depended on how pretty I was and how good I was at doing those things that men wanted women to do, from the kitchen to the bedroom.
So exactly why you notice you never see trad wives in their 40s advocating for that life.
I hope that you'll remember a man is not a plan and never was. Your finances should not depend on somebody being in love with you. That's just not a secure bet.
To what degree is this being driven by men?
Well, we see a lot of commentary. I'm actually shocked by it. I've been hearing about it on some podcasts of men saying women need to be more feminine, because if you're not feminine, nobody wants you. We need some feminine energy. We need some tradition. And so a lot of women are feeling like, well, if I want to be married, if I want to date somebody, this is the way I have to go. I have to say this is also linked to this kind of coaching online known as hypergamous coaching, which means that it's mostly young women. You're coaching women to date and marry rich men. Okay. One of the young women has 1 million followers, and she says, you don't go for the nice guys, you go for the guys who can afford you. Very transactional in nature. Some might suggest that marriage has always had a level of transactional piece to it. But in my day, we used to call it something else. I'm just saying. But anyway, there's a lot of that going on with some male voices on top of it saying, yes, yes, this is what women should do to attract me. Then there was the story of the 24-year-old Latina woman who graduated from Harvard who said, I married the rich guy and that's what everybody else should do. So there's a lot of overlap going on with some what I think is toxic anti-feminism rather, that seems to have come together in the trad wives and the hypergamous coaching and all of that. And it's, again, young women, which is scary to me.
Yeah. To what degree do you think this might be a reaction to how the culture has sort of been moving maybe away from traditional gender roles? And there's actually been a lot of discussion about gender in general in society and in politics right now. Do you think that this is a reaction to all that?
I think there's some part of it is. I think it's also nostalgia. For some people, you can look back. Again, this is overwhelmingly white women, but now a lot of black women are into this now, I have to say.
Right, it's not just white women now.
Right, so I'm seeing that online too, but it feels comfortable. What does the dating coach says? Our nervous system is wrecked from having to do so many things all at once, just trying to survive and pay our bills. So why should we? She says we should go another route. I mean, that's we'll see how long this lasts. When I went back to try to follow when did it seem to kick up more, because as I said, some of this is cyclical. It's like 2021. Remember, we're coming out of COVID.
Sure.
People looking for stability, looking for comfort. There's some part of that as well. And again, that's your choice. Okay, but I hope it's not part of a kind of what I'm seeing to be a cult-like experience.
Okay. Callie Crossley, thank you so much for coming on and joining us to talk about this today.
You're welcome.